Welcome back to MMA Oddsbreaker, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, my brother from another mother is on the other side of the line today. We're talking with Kamal Shalorus, getting ready to fight in 1FC number 9, May 31st. Kamal, you're in Austin, Texas. Yesterday, Dallas. Last night, Dallas, Texas got blasted by a bunch of tornadoes. Did you guys feel the after effects down there,
Not
right, you
really. It
guys?
was so windy and rainy, but nothing happened in Austin.
It wasn't no windows blown out, no Matthew McConaughey running around with his bongo drums, flipping through the air, nothing bad.
Nothing bad. Yeah.
Perfect. Now, how has it been down in Austin? Last time I saw you, we were in Las Vegas training together, and then I kind of lost touch with you for a while, and then all of a sudden, your manager over at Alchemist hit me up, and you're in Austin. Why Austin, Texas?
I moved to DC, and then because in Austin, I know a couple of people, more people, and my old coaches, they train here and more cheaper. And I came Austin to train with team and Colton and my coach Elton Wells and Richard Power. I have a good team. I used to live here, so I know people. That's why I came here.
How is Austin? Now, remember, I graduated from the University of Oklahoma, so Austin, Texas, to me, is hell. I can't go down there. Can't hang out down there. University of Texas is there. It's a very bad place for me. But a lot of people say they
Yeah.
love Austin, Texas. They say that it's one of the better spots. It's a great place to train. Obviously, Lance Armstrong is from there and lives down there. So obviously, it's got the weather where you can train year round. Do you find it to be that way?
Yeah, it's amazing here, Frank. It's so awesome. It's Austin, honestly, is good place. If you know and you know the people, like is awesome, like Greenbelt, nature, hills, and so many good team, good jiu-jitsu guy, good wrestler. It's awesome here. It's a good. Depends you know the people.
Well, the thing with Texas is everyone thinks about if it's Texas, the food is going to be huge plates of food. It's going to be barbecued or deep fried. So for a fighter, how are you going to be able to make weight eating that kind of food?
Actually, the Austin is look like little California. So many people from California moved here, and then people, so many vegan and healthy food, and those kind of is awesome. Austin absolutely different than Houston, Dallas, and rest of Texas.
Oh, so it's the little mecca where you can actually eat right, train right, and be
Yeah,
okay. All right. Now let's get into your fight record. You're 7-3. You basically started out with 9 wins in a row, but you had 2 draws in the middle of there. So those, instead of becoming wins, they end up moving down to your 2 draws. And then you've lost your last 3. So out of your 10 fights, 7-0. Then all of a sudden you hit your last 3. You run into some speed bumps. Um, Explain to me a little bit what happened in the Rafael de Anjos fight when you fought him on Field TV. You got rear naked choked, which is not something that you ever. We trained together. I
yeah.
have a very hard time taking your back. So what happened during that time to cause you to get caught so early with Rafael?
Yeah, Frank, be honest, in that fight, mentally I wasn't ready. I'm mentally tough, and then I grew up in Iran and then Azerbaijan. We never get weak, but I realized after a long time because I moved from different country, come here, start a new life. No family, not nobody support me, and I realized fighting is not career for me. And then my family keep they pushing me, say, "Hey, what are you doing? All of your friends they went to like France, England, they become doctor. You still fighting?" And this thing is bothering me a lot, and I couldn't focus in fight and I don't have a no job and I was worried. That's why I was challenging with myself. Really, I defeat myself. I shoot my leg. Now I have a good job in DC and I'm starting contracting. I have my contracting license and really, really, I want to get my pride back. I promise to you, I'm going to be different, Kamal. I didn't fight in those fights I lost. Honestly, it looked like somebody sent me inside the octagon when I was sleeping.
I understand that. I've been in the same boat. Like, I understand that kind of that the pressure family gives you when you're trying
Exactly.
to do what you want to do, but they don't agree with you, and that is very difficult. I can understand, especially from knowing you, from working out with you, and seeing you compete. That and now it makes sense having 3 losses in a row. Like now it all kind of comes together.
Exactly.
So let's move on to Edward Folayang. That's who you're fighting next. He's 12-3. You're 7-3-2. You're trying to rebuild. He's kind of a little bit of a win streak. How do you approach Edward? How do you see Edward as a fighter?
Edward is a tough fighter. He's a good striker, you know, and he's kind of like a strike fighter, tough, but he's not really technical. Can see my opponent. He's just going to come after me. I'm going to wrestle with him, and it's going to be exciting fight, Frank. And I'm so ready for this fight.
And what if you
And
did you have someone come into your train camp, or is it one of your train partners that mimics Edward's style, so that when you go in, that you've already seen this style when you compete with him?
yeah, is the Team Kennedy kind of do the same style? Me and him, we spar at least 2 times a week, and he's super stronger. You know, Tim. He's like his leg like gorilla. When he kick you, you like. And a couple of more people. So I'm doing better. My conditioning much better now, and then mentally I'm ready. I'm excited, to be honest. I'm so excited for this fight.
Now, what is Tim Kennedy like as a person? Because we only get the interviews, we only get the edited version of Tim Kennedy. How is it to train with and hang out with?
He's awesome. He's kid. He's a good wrestler, good rapper, good striker, and his conditioning is awesome. And he's such an amazing person. Very nice guy. Very nice guy.
Okay, hold on 1 second, Kamal. I got some background noise. Hold on. Sorry about that. There was
Yeah, no problem.
Did you pick up that background noise? Did you hear it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the websites that I was looking at your bio on. All of a sudden, decided to play a commercial in the middle of it. It was very strange. So yeah, Tim Kennedy. To me, whenever I've hung out with him and talked to him, he's very calm. He's very, he's confident. He's not cocky. He's confident. But he
Yeah.
definitely, he definitely has like an air about him about, he's striving to be successful. Then all of a sudden, you turn into his interviews, and you're like, what the hell is this guy doing? It doesn't make any sense. He's just very, it's very strange. It's very strange in how he pulls himself together. But yeah, there's I've always been interested to find out how Tim really is as a competitor, and I don't understand why he never made it to the next level. Like, I don't understand why he didn't jump up. So you train with him, kind of makes
Yes.
sense.
I think his next fight going to be Roger Gracie, and he's
Yeah.
ready for this fight. That's going to be an interesting fight.
That's a very interesting fight with Tim Kennedy and Roger Gracie. I actually haven't been able to pull that one apart yet. It's very difficult because Tim is so strong and working his wrestling with you, and then Roger Gracie, of course, is dangerous top and bottom once you hit the ground. But Tim has a very good stable game once he gets on top of you. So I kind of want to see how that fight breaks down. It's gonna be interesting to see
Yeah.
when it pulls apart. So one last thing before I let you go. Yesterday in Madison Square, down at Grand Central Station, not Madison Square Garden, but Grand Central Station, they had all the wrestling. They had Iran versus the U.S., Russia versus the U.S. They had a big international wrestling kind of hoopla to kind of save Olympic wrestling. Did you watch any of it yesterday when it was streaming?
I watched only one of them. So, Iran did very good. So,
Iran kicked our ass. They didn't do
yeah.
very good.
Well,
They beat the crap out of us.
yeah, USA wrestling going a little bit down. Am I right, Frank? It
Yeah.
used to be like we had a difficult with USA team.
When I was younger, it was John Smith and Kenny Monday beating up the Russian Bear. Like, it was the American Eagle taking the heart out of the Russian Bear. That was all the posters. That's what we were raised on. When I started competing, Russia had broken apart. There's no more wall. There's no more communism. It was now only about Iran, Turkey, and Cuba. That's who we were worried about. Those are the better countries in the world besides us. When we lose to Iran, it kills me still. Like, I can't stand it. It drives me nuts. But when you talk to John Smith or Kenny Monday, they're upset about if we lose to Russia. And of course, yesterday with Russia, we blanked Russia. I think we went of all the matches, we won 8 and Russia won 1. With Iran, I think we won 2 and they won 6. It was horrible. I mean, it was a horrible deal. But how did you when you watched that one match, did it give you a little bit of nostalgia, and like, did you miss your home country at all, or do you miss part of your family still there?
Of course, my brother, he's one of the national coach for wrestling team for Greco-Roman, So he's not head coach. He's in the wrestling camp, you have 5-6 coaches, He's one of those coaches. He used to compete. He's been world champion. So they changed the system. They change, like, they know they sponsor all the wrestlers. They pay them money, they support them, they send them to school. And right now, family, they support wrestlers too. That's why
Okay.
the wrestling getting better. And then they educate it now. Used to be just all the school know about the nutrition, about the conditioning. They read the internet communication, help them a lot. So that's why they become better and better. And technique-wise, Iranian is good too.
You know, for wrestling, you know, it's getting pulled out of the Olympics as of right now. We're trying to save it, which is why they had that big meet yesterday down in Grand Central. It's very difficult now for an American athlete who makes no money wrestling, then to go fight against a group of guys in Iran who get government sponsored, who are getting better,
Yeah.
getting smarter, and they were close to us when they had no internet, had no understanding of conditioning, had no understanding of nutrition. Now give them
Yeah.
conditioning, nutrition in the internet, and be able to talk to guys in Germany and talk to guys in France and talk to guys in Australia.
Exactly.
We're getting killed. We're behind the curve again.
You know, it used to be all of the Iranian wrestlers say they scare American strength and condition because they never get tired. They keep coming until they break you down. No, Iranian wrestlers, they have the same conditioning too.
It's a great time now for Wrestling International. And I do believe that they're gonna change the rules again a little bit more to make it a little bit more so it looks a little bit more like a fight. They're gonna change the rules a little bit so that there's gonna be a lot more action and award bigger throws and stuff. It's a great time for wrestling because Cuba's caught up with us. Turkey's still right there hanging on the cusp a little bit. Germany's starting to come back a little bit, but Iran is the team to deal with right now, and America's right there behind them, nipping at their heels, but we're a little bit behind. We got to catch up.
Yeah, I hope they don't take the Olympic. They already did it, Frank. The Olympic wrestling not going to be an Olympic. Huh?
Well,
They're
it's
still working on it.
every several years they pick the bottom 8 sports that from ticket sales, from viewership, from merchandise sales, and those bottom 8 get picked to be kicked out of the Olympics, and then you have to kind of fight your way back in. But I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe they only dump 4 of the 8, so 4 are going to stay and 4 are going to go. We're just trying to save wrestling so that we're gonna keep it as one of the 4 that stays.
Yeah.
Remember, politically speaking, Russia, Japan, France, the U.S., Cuba, Turkey, we don't get along politically on anything. Like, we're always on the opposite ends of everything. But with wrestling, trying to save Olympic wrestling, all of these governments have come together to try to save Olympic wrestling. So it's weird how we can't get together any other way but through sport.
Yeah.
All of a sudden put together through sport, and we all want to be on the same page. So it's actually pretty cool to have Iran be with us in this one set, and finally maybe we can get the rest of the stuff out of the way. But it's I just wish that we could beat them more often than we do.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Kamal. Well, thanks for coming on with me. I appreciate you taking some time today. Good luck on May 31st against Eduard Folayang down there in 1FC. Number 9.
Okay, hope see you soon, brother. Take care.
Take care,
Be safe.
bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.